So, you just bought an RV, or maybe you're just wondering what to stock for that first camping trip. Ooh, you've come to the right place. Now, our list of camping essentials is actually going to include a few nice to haves, but we are going to get some specifics for each type of RV as well. What do you say we start with some towing essentials? Because, well, you have to get your RV to the campsite safely to be able to use all the rest of the essentials. Now, for beginners, it is critical to speak with one of our retail experts about matching the following equipment to your specific towing setup. Now, that said, perhaps the easiest way for us to highlight towing essentials, well, what do you say we break it down to what's necessary for travel trailers versus what's necessary for fifth wheel owners and figure out what you need. Now, two of the most essential things you're going to need when towing a travel trailer, obviously, is going to be the hitch ball and a weight distribution hitch. Now, if your tow vehicle does not have a brake controller, electronic one, you might want to get one that's aftermarket because trust me, to work those electric brakes on your trailer, you're going to need it. For fifth wheel owners, the most critical towing essential is going to be a fifth wheel hitch to mount in the bed of your truck. And for any type of towable camper, a backup camera with one of those dash mounted displays is a very nice to have for safer, easier backing up into the campsites or just getting unhooked. And side mounted turn signal cameras make for safer lane changes as well as great visibility. Next, what do you say we move to your campsite setup essentials? After backing into your site, you're going to need leveling blocks, wheel chocks, and jack pads to level, unhitch safely, and stabilize that RV. And how do you know if your RV is level? Well, if you're lucky enough to have a bubble level, that will show you. RVs that have manual stabilizer jacks, you will need a compatible handle, looks like this, to actually raise and lower those jacks. Now, some RV owners will opt to use a power drill, not an impact, but a word of caution there. That can also void the warranty on those jacks. So be sure to check the owner's manual before you go off using this. Now, to plug your RV into shore power, you're going to need a shore power cord, which thankfully most RVs come with, either separate like this or retractable from the side. You'll also want to get something like a surge protector because you never know what type of power you're going to get at the post. This will protect against things like open grounds, low voltage, high voltage. More importantly, it's going to protect those sensitive electronics inside your RV. Now, when connecting up to city water, there are a couple of essentials. Number one, a potable water hose. What I like to do is get two 25-foot hoses, just in case you need the extra length, or if one of them happens to crack or break, you do have a spare. The other thing, a water pressure regulator. You want to make sure that the water pressure coming out of the campground or wherever you're hooking up water to doesn't blow that piping. Now, some very nice to haves, but they're not essential. I kind of think they are. Number one, a 90-degree elbow. What this is going to do is this is going to make sure that that water hose doesn't put any strain either on the connector here or on your hose itself. Then the water filter, well, that's just going to do exactly what it says it does. That's going to filter the campground water so that whatever you're doing, whether it's cooking, cleaning, or just washing your hands, you're going to have some great clean water. Hook that up and boom, now you're set up. Okay, so the last part of the essentials for the standard setup is going to be sewer. Now, getting two shorter hoses versus one longer hose, I think is an essential, as is the clear elbow, which will go into the connection on the ground. That's going to let you know when all the tanks are clear. Now, some people consider them nice to haves, but to be honest, I think they're essential. I would also say picking up a pack of dump gloves is also a very good thing to have when you're setting up your sewer connection. Just me. So there you have it. To get your trailer to a site and connect it to the essential utilities, that's pretty much your list. Feels too simple? Sure. Well, you're going to need a few more living comforts to really get things started, some of which you might be able to stock with extras from home. Others you'll actually need proper RV maintenance to handle. So let's go do them. Starting with your kitchen, you're gonna want some of the camping essentials. Obviously, utensils, that's a biggie. I like having these separate from the ones I take from home because I don't wanna keep taking them in and out. So I got my little container here. And you might also want things like, a potato peeler, depending on what you wanna cook at the camp meal. I do believe a corkscrew and a bottle opener are also essential when you're talking about camping. But having some versatile tools, like I love this different style spatula and scooper because they also snap together. Things like that, when you're talking about moving around in the RV, that's going to be nice because they're going to stay where they want to stay. And then things like the collapsible measuring cups, the travel or camping plates, bowls, and cups. And you know what? The best thing about your RV, wherever you want to put the stuff, like me, I like to have the cups near the fridge I like to bring my own separate spices for cooking as well, because once again, I don't want to keep bringing stuff back and forth from the house. What's nice about these, they can mount right inside your RV. I got my oil and my spray, and we'll put that near my cooktop. And of course, I have a separate set of pans for when I'm traveling as well. So having all of that stuff, including the cleaning supplies, dish soap, scrubber, and towels. What's cool about it, you can pretty much put them wherever you want to put them. And some non-perishables. Love bringing canned soups, little microwave meals, because they're easy on the road. More importantly, I know they're going to stay inside the coach because they're non-perishable. And for drying everything, getting yourself a drying mat, unless you have one of those drying rack covers, is also essential. And definitely don't forget the foil. And here's a quick little pro tip too, because RVs can sometimes experience some difficult temperature swings when you're talking about your perishable goods and your liquids. Liquids can oxidize, they can evaporate, the dry goods can go bad. What you might want to think about doing is find yourself a secure tote bin and put those items inside in between your trips. Or if you're going to have it in storage and you don't want to leave this stuff inside the RV, you can take this bin, close it up. Now your stuff is not only sealed and ready for the next camping trip, but you can store this in your house where the temperature swings hopefully won't be as extreme. Now for your bathroom, one of the things you absolutely have to have, RV toilet paper. Do not use regular toilet paper. This is specifically designed to break down inside the black tank of your RV. And as far as the toiletries go, hey, bring the same stuff that you use at home. Soap, shampoo, conditioner. If you like to use loofahs, bring that. I like to have a separate set of towels for the RV as well. I got the washcloths, I got the towels, I got the hand towels. Then of course, for traveling, same toothpaste we use at home. You can put that in your little medicine cabinet, as well as a separate set of toothbrushes or any other type of toiletries that you like to use. Now, under the sink is a great place to store the chemicals that you need to clean your RV, especially your tank treatments, something that you have to use. You can get the drop-ins, you can use the liquid. You also have specific RV toilet bowl cleaner. You got pretty good storage inside of most RVs, but I found that this spot right here, one of the best to keeping those chemicals out of the way. Now, for your bedrooms and of course for bunks, you're gonna need sheets. A good idea too, especially if you need additional comfort or additional protection, snagging a mattress cover, never a bad thing. Or even some of the egg crate toppers to make that bed a little softer, especially if you're not crazy about your mattress or you didn't specialty order one. But you need pillows, of course you'll need some sheets, get yourself a comforter. And the great thing about getting them from a place like Camping World or a camping store is RV mattresses aren't always standard sizes. So they're gonna have the sheets that fit, whereas sometimes big box stores won't. And not only that, you can be stylish and comfortable at the same time. Now, if you like the bare bones camping, or you got guests, maybe the unexpected guests, having some travel blankets and the good old sturdy, durable, always ready to use sleeping bag can be an awesome night's sleep, because after all, we are camping, right? Glamping. Now, while they're not essential, some very nice to haves, hangers. Completely forgot them the first time I went camping in my RV. Shirts just flying all around the cabinetry. So if you do have some stuff to hang up, be sure to bring additional hangers, not just the ones from your house. Now, if you happen to be in a smaller travel trailer that doesn't have a lot of drawer storage, command hooks can absolutely be a lifesaver. They can go anywhere and they won't damage your walls. If your RV happens to have a washer and dryer in it, also make sure to bring your favorite laundry supplies. Just double check to make sure that if you're using the same stuff at your house, detergent, that it also is going to work with these. High efficiency versus not high efficiency. And while hopefully now you should have everything you need to haul and set up your RV, as well as make the inside comfortable, don't forget things like books, games, you want to get your chargers as well. Bring those. Anything that's going to make that trip more comfortable, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Now that we've got that covered, what do you say we talk a little bit about the outside essentials? Speaking of the outside, some campers like to keep their outdoor living setup minimal. Others, they like to get really extravagant. For a truly minimal setup, the main essential is going to be camp chairs. I mean, most campsites will have a campfire there, so you'll need chairs if you want to enjoy sitting around it. Cozy outdoor blankets also really come in handy for warmth after the sun goes down. Since it's 91, I decided not to bring that right now. Now, a lot of campers will also bring those fire essentials, firewood, maybe even a hatchet, because if you do have a fire fire pit, you're gonna need to start it. So you can bring things like a big old lighter, maybe you need some kindling, maybe you want to Boy Scout it and do the flint and stone. All of those that'll make that camping experience real, but more importantly, get you a nice cozy fire to enjoy at night. Now, another nice to have, but to be honest, I consider it essential, is a patio mat. This helps minimize dust and dirt that's gonna be tracked into the RV and gives you a cleaner surface to step out to, especially when you come out here and you might have dirty or worse, muddy conditions. I'd much rather it be there than in here. Okay, another nice to have, especially when you're gonna be outside, bug repellent. This is one of those things that sometimes we forget until it's too late and you don't want to pick it up while you're out. Could be more costly. Also, if you're going to be navigating around the campground, whether it be dark or at night and you haven't been there before, be sure to pick up a couple of things like a headlamp, a flashlight. Keep those in the RV because it's nice to have there versus stuck at home. And obviously, if you're going to have those, you got to have the batteries to match up with them too. So bring both of those. Now, if you're gonna be traveling to those areas that have frequent campfire restrictions due to dry conditions or bad weather, a portable fire pit is a sweet thing to bring with you, especially if you wanna just hang out here with the loved ones and enjoy the fire. Now, speaking of fire, if you plan to do any outdoor cooking, you're gonna need an outdoor grill or griddle, and of course, grilling utensils to use. Now, I would get some ones specifically for your outdoor grills versus bringing the ones from home. And whether your grill is gonna be small and a tabletop or you got one that's built into your RV, having an actual folding table comes in so handy. It gives you a spot to put your grill. It also gives you some additional prep space, a spot for the kids to eat or just hang out. More importantly, this just gives you space. Hopefully you can tell now that I'm starting to get into that nice to have territory, as I like to call it. But you know, once you have your staples picked out, you're naturally going to acquire some gear that's going to customize that camping experience to your preference. For example, these are great, man. You might add like a little rolling wagon. This is awesome if you want to go to the neighbor's campsite, you need to transport items to the beach, whatever you may need, or you might want to pick up a portable generator or power station like this one that we have here. That's going to allow you to go beyond the full hookup sites, maybe do some off-grid boondocking. More importantly, it gives you another power option just in case you need it. Now, of course, there are the quintessential, that's what I think of when I think about camping, items like you need some sticks to make the s'mores, man. Don't forget the chocolate and marshmallows. And of course, you need some cups to insulate your favorite beverage to enjoy by the campfire. Or maybe you want that slow morning, get the coffee and the tea, as well as the accessories you need to make it. From here, there are also essentials for your RV toolkit and other maintenance supplies that you want to keep handy. Think things like zip ties, electrical tape, cordless impact driver, but those lists are quite substantial in and of themselves. And actually, my buddy Ian did a wonderful video on, do you have the right RV toolkit? So we'll put a link down below so you can check that out, as well as other videos and even a downloadable checklist of RV essentials to help you build out your RV toolkit and of course, stock essential maintenance supplies. More importantly, I hope this video helped you stock your RV for a great camping trip and everything you need to enjoy it, and then some. As always, if you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and notify. And be on the lookout for the next video because we're trying our best to make this your best camping season ever. For Camping World, I'm Chris Young. Look forward to seeing you soon.